Happy Tuesday, everybody, and welcome to the Sunshine State's only true, authentic sports talk radio show where we focus on the teams and the topics that are important to you, the sports fan in Florida. We are game on with Bianchi and Kravitz. I am Bianchi, Mike Bianchi, sports columnist of the Orlando Sentinel. He is Brandon Kravitz, the hardest working man in sports talk media. That man behind the glass over there, he's the prodigy of production. We call him Primetime Jaden Grimes. He makes us sound good every single day. We want to hear from you, Orlando, Jacksonville, Tallahassee. Hit us up in the Rage Cage. Enter the Rage Cage if you dare. That is the talkback microphone on the iHeartRadio app. Enter the Rage Cage, and you can win a prize today. You can also hit us up on the Mills Air text line, 508-57. Kravy, we have some prizes today, don't we?
We do. We have UCF West Virginia tickets to give away today, and we'll have more great prizes throughout the course of the week. But I'll tell you what National Day it is today. I know that this is going to get people all fired up.
It's National Jaguars Day is what it is.
Well, you got that right. It's also National Waiver Wire Day, and I just got done writing my sneaky article over at 969thegame.com if you want to go and check that out. Anybody can give you the heavy hitters. I'm giving you the sneaky names that fly under the radar, like old man Joe Flacco, the new quarterback of the Cincinnati Bengals.
Did that happen today? I missed that. Yes. I was at a press conference.
How's that for highlights and headlines? I get us started with some breaking news. That is a true story. The Bengals traded for Joe Flacco, making Shedeur Sanders the official number 2 quarterback for the Cleveland Browns, by the way. That'll be the main topic on First Take tomorrow. That's how he gets it. But Joe Flacco now throwing the ball to Jamar Chase and T. Higgins.
I'm picking him up. I need a quarterback.
He's relevant once again.
He's probably better than Kyler Murray, my starting quarterback right now.
Can't be any worse.
Right. All right, but let's get to the real story. All right, let's get to the highlights and the headlines. How about my Jags? What a wild finish last night as the Jags beat the Kansas City Chiefs. How did that taste on this unbelievable play? Listen.
Dropping his ball. Trevor under center. He slipped and he fell down. Trevor fell down on the play. Now he's going to try and run. He ran it in. Touchdown. He got up. He fell down to the flag in the end zone. It's against Kansas City. Trevor Lawrence ran it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
He ran it in, all right. He took the snap. He stepped on one of his offensive linemen's feet. He tripped. He fell to the ground. He couldn't get back up. He stumbled to get back up. He finally gets back up. He scrambled for the 1-yard touchdown, 23 seconds left. And that comical play could have been franchise altering for the Jaguars. That's all I'm going to say. It certainly helped that several of the defenders of the Chiefs stopped.
Yeah, Chris Jones, where you at? He isn't even trying.
Right, he fell down, and wow, what a win. Of course, the comeback would have never happened without the 99-yard interception return. Listen to this play.
Dropping his Mahomes. Fires middle of the field. Falls intercepted. The ball is kicked off. Are you kidding me? Devin Lloyd bringing it back again. Follows it up sideline. 50, 45, 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown. 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 Devin Lloyd with the length of the field. Get another interception. Jacksonville is taking the lead. How good is that?
Oh, it's real good, Frank Frangie. It's real good. Devin Lloyd, 99 yards. I believe that was the longest interception return for a linebacker in the history of the NFL. Incredible play. He's been playing lights out this year. And again, what a victory. Listen to Jags owner Shad Khan in the locker room after the game.
This is what we envisioned in January, okay?
Sir.
It's happening here in September. gonna go on forever.
Kravitz, two things. Does Shotgun know it's October? And how many martinis do you think he has in the owner's box during the course of a game?
Hold on. That's an old clip. That clip was.
It is?
Yeah, that was from weeks ago. We played
was?
that on this show. It
I thought that was a new clip.
No, these are two separate answers, because how many martinis did he have? The answer is probably in the double digits. But he did say that in September. Fairness to him.
That's what it was.
Let me guess. You saw this on social media and you sent it to the Prodigy.
Pat
Lynch?
No. Pat McAfee tweeted it out. Yeah.
Well,
Pat McAfee tweeted
that's
it out.
definitely old. I vividly remember playing that exact clip because I knew how it was going to end just now. And you've like, this is going to go on forever. Yeah.
I don't care. It is going to go on forever, Shotgun. You're right. All right, Kravitz. I coined this last night, all right, as I'm falling asleep. I tweeted it out this morning. Trevor Lawrence is bumbling, stumbling, potentially franchise-altering. No, I will say it was a franchise-altering play. It will forever be known as the Trip Six.
That's a great name. Hard to argue with that. Have you ever seen what a giraffe looks like when a giraffe is born? The giraffe falls out of the mother's womb and lands on all fours and then just sort of
wobbly
stumbles around until they have to figure out for themselves how to walk instantly the second they're born. It's nothing like us humans. It takes us years to figure that out. That's exactly what Trevor Lawrence looked like last night. Like he was a baby giraffe falling out of his mother's womb. What an improbable win. When you think about everything that they had to do, that had to go right for the Jacksonville Jaguars to win that game, to win it the way that they did, to call it lucky would be probably pushing it too far. But, man, did they have to have a lot of randomness go their way. That play from Mahomes where he threw an interception to Devin Lloyd, that was a 12-point. The next gen stats say that play itself was worth 12.7 points to the game. That play alone.
They were going to score. Yeah, they were going to score.
Yeah.
Kansas City.
They were about to go up. They was 14-14. They were about to go up 21-14 at that point in the game. And then for Trevor Lawrence he threw out a couple of nice passes on that last drive. It was second down in the red zone. Clock is winding down. And he can't get the play in. And they take a delay of game and they go 2nd and 15. I thought, oh my God, this is where Trevor Lawrence.
Plus what if the Trip Six doesn't work and he just gets tackled and the clock runs out? Can you imagine the reaction today?
Exactly. And so I'm not going to take this away from them. Beating the Chiefs in primetime is not an easy thing to do, and those are the kind of dumb things that typically go Kansas City's way. So we're not going to dock the Jags any points here, but that was ugly. It was a beautiful game overall as a football fan, but in terms of win quality and the way they got it done, they mucked that up.
Stop it. They just beat the dynastic, the AFC dynasty. They just beat the AFC dynasty, and you're trying to rain on their parade.
I'm not
calling it lucky.
I said I'm going to stop short of calling it lucky. I said that it's more mucky than lucky, I think would be the way. That was a dirty. It was kind of a dirty win.
It was beautifully mucky. It was beautifully
mucky.
But
it's beautifully mucky if you're a Jags fan because you'll take whatever you can get. But the reality of that is you can't make mistakes like that down the stretch trying to win a game and get away with it. Those are not the kind of things you can get away with. Falling over yourself.
Okay, if you're going to rip my team after they beat the dynastic Chiefs, let's hear from your team, all right? Miami Dolphins coach Mike McDaniel was at a press conference yesterday, and he spoke, and he said that he'd spoke to owner Stephen Ross. I want you to listen to Mike McDaniel talking about meeting with Stephen Ross, the owner. Just listen to the tone in his voice.
He was really frustrated at the, just like he was as I was, and we talked about the challenge ahead to get ready for the Chargers, and that was kind of the extent of it.
Oh my God,
Kravitz,
oh my God,
your coach is a lost soul. He is a lost soul. He didn't even know what he was saying.
that was as awkward as Trevor Lawrence's run into the end zone at the end of the game. But at least Trevor Lawrence has turned into a win. That right there. The Dolphins, I think, are on the brink of give up on their coach mode. We talked about how the players aren't giving up on Billy Napier. They have the Chargers coming to town. They just let the Panthers beat them despite a 17-point advantage early on in that game. And Mike McDaniel sounds like a guy. Do you think that's rallying the troops? You think that? Could you imagine you're about to go run out onto the field on an NFL Sunday, and that's what your coach sounds like?
Can you imagine?
Oh my God!
Yeah. He was frustrated. That was about the extent of it.
And he had so much swag when he first got hired and started winning a little bit.
Yeah, we were talking during before the show, me and Jaden. Mike McDaniel used to be one of the hottest young coaches in the league, and look what the Dolphins have done to him. Look what the Dolphins have turned him into.
Yeah, they do this a lot, but they need to
go.
Those
are your headlines and highlights.
They're gonna have to go out. They need to reverse course. They're gonna need to replace him with somebody that sounds like a military sergeant. I think that's the only path forward here. Up next, our daily source of motivation and inspiration, plus a look at our top story of the day. Don't go anywhere.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
Now, it's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, cash. That's cash. Enter it now online at 969thegame.com.
You know, when your car breaks down, you want a mechanic you can trust. Someone who shows up, fixes the problem, doesn't try to sell you things you don't need. Well, in Florida, your air conditioner is every bit as important as your car, maybe even more. And for 40 years, Jason and his crew at Ziegler Air Conditioning have been the AC company Central Florida trust. I'll never forget this past Labor Day weekend. I'll tell you about it till the cows come home. It was 95 degrees outside. My AC went out, and I thought my holiday was ruined. But within an hour, Ziegler Air had a tech at my door, and the problem was fixed. My weekend was saved. They're a carrier and factory authorized dealer, which means they get you the best deals and rebates. And unlike other companies, Ziegler's techs don't get paid commissions. Their job is to fix the problem, not sell you stuff you don't need. And when you call, a friendly voice, a nice lady named Meredith, picks up the phone, not a robot. Honest service, real people in 40 years of keeping Central Florida cool. So the next time the heat is on, don't sweat it. Call Ziegler Air Conditioning. 407-245-8765. 407-245-8765. Ziegler Air Conditioning. Don't ever lose your cool.
I'm a beer fanatic, so I don't settle for anything less than the best. And the folks at Hourglass Brewing deliver quality, consistency, everything I'm looking for in a good beer. With that neighborhood charm at their 2 Orlando locations, Hourglass Brewing is a first-class brewery from the same one that cranks out Zoneheads 35 once per year. But it's more than that. They crank out the hits on the daily. 25-plus Hourglass beers on tap every single day. Stop by for happy hour. $3 I4 iSource citrus lagers from 4 to 6 p.m. all day on Mondays. They even have wines, seltzers, ciders, something for everybody. Cozy up to the bar, get to know their friendly staff. Hourglass is a welcoming watering hole for the entire Orlando community, and they have a location right near downtown Orlando as well, on top of the one right around the corner from me in Longwood. This isn't mass-produced. This is craft. Fresh ingredients, local pride, and a taste that you can actually savor. So next time you need to unwind, skip the ordinary and raise a glass to the extraordinary. Raise a glass to Hourglass Brewing.
Good afternoon. We got scattered showers moving throughout the area, so expect some wet spots and slower driving in a few places. I know Traffic starting to slow down, heading through the city. There's some delays on I-4 through that amusement park area. No serious accidents really affecting your ride on most of the major roadways at the moment. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Staples. Cue the easy button because it's officially Easy Deal Days at Staples. Now through October 11th, save up to 40% off over 1,000 products from tech, chairs, luggage, and more. Head to your local Staples store or staples.com to save while supplies last. Staples, that was easy.
Our 2025 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Streaming only on Hulu.
Right now.
Shelly, roll!
Hi, this is Ed Sheeran.
Go, Brian Adams.
Make some noise for Tate McRae.
Hey, I'm Shelly Hagar. We have room 5. Good evening. Hey, this is John Fogerty.
And so much more.
See it all at our 2025 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One. Streaming only on Hulu right now.
October baseball is here. Wildcard games and baseball postseason is in full swing, and BetOnline is your #1 source to get closer to the action. From first pitch to the final out, BetOnline gives you more ways to play with the latest odds, breaking news, live scores, and in-game wagering. Also catch every pro and college football game, cage fighting, and hockey futures all in one place. Head to BetOnline today because at BetOnline, the game starts here.
QVC, shopping that surprises and delights. Today only, QVC is partnered with iHeartRadio for today's special value. 'Tis the season for great beauty deals when you're looking ahead, maybe some good gift giving. The Laura Geller 5-piece Gift of Gold full face collection. The lowest price you're going to find on this today. A QVC iHeartRadio exclusive offer. Shop now at QVC.com/TSV.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you want no windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Protect your home with Reese Windows and Doors. Trusted for over 50 years to deliver the highest quality factory direct impact windows available, with most installs done in under 8 weeks. And now the giveaway is bigger than ever. Win $25,000 in brand new windows absolutely free. Just text WOW to 20129. Already entered? Then you're automatically eligible to win $25,000 in windows. Don't wait. Text WOW to 20129.
Wow, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take DayQuil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the DayQuil.
Undo your flu symptoms with DayQuil Intense Flu. DayQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
DayQuil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu, medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
Crossing the finish line, nothing like it. But for the accident attorneys at Farah & Farah, one thrill beats them all.
It's the thrill of the win, lining up all the facts so the truth is clear. Yeah, we're built for that.
Farah & Farah, Orlando.
Eustace Roofing has a scary good deal with their spectacular savings event. $1,500 off your roof replacement. Serving all of Orlando with trusted hands-on service since 1959. Visit EustaceRoofing.com to schedule your free estimate today. Terms and conditions apply.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different.
Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. BABBEL.com.
We are Orlando's sports leader, broadcasting live from the FM 96.9 The Game studio. Brought to you by the Nickley Group, Orlando's home team. Doing real estate differently. TheNickleyGroup.com.
This week on United States of Kennedy, the podcast.
Teamsters President Jimmy Hoffa once promised to break both of Bobby Kennedy's arms.
Bobby, JFK's attorney general, wanted to take down the mob, starting with Hoffa.
This is Bobby trying to get the world to care about him, which explains all this passion and anger going into this, even though it's still kind of ineptly handled.
Each week, we dive into our cultural fascination with the Kennedy dynasty.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search United States of Kennedy, and listen now.
The new home for the Miami Dolphins is 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the iHeartRadio app. Just search 96.9 The Game. Welcome back to the premier afternoon sports show in the state of Florida. Game On with Mike Bianchi and Brandon Kravitz.
Back at it on a fine Tuesday afternoon. Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz rolls right along. AM 930 in Jacksonville. See how you can find us up in Duval, FM 96.5, the Spear in Tallahassee, and right here.
Duval.
Thank you, Liam. In Orlando, Florida on FM 96.9 The Game. Streaming everywhere on the iHeartRadio app and on YouTube. Just search 96.9 The Game. No spaces.
I'm not seeing the YouTube. Oh, there it is. Okay, gotcha. All right. I'm retweeting.
Mike's all over it with the technology today.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to play that very up-to-date Shad Khan clip again?
Forever.
Yeah, let's
Play
hear it. Why not? It's timely.
This is what we envisioned in January, okay? Sir. It's happening here in September. Gonna go on forever.
Is that funnier? Is that funnier than Gronk trying to pronounce Ibuka's
wide receiver out of Ohio State, Emeka Egbegboo?
No, nothing. That one makes me pee a little when I hear it. All right.
Yeah, but what about Shad Khan, though? His voice is changed when he says forever. His voice like goes up real high, a couple octaves. Play it again.
It's these owners that they never win. They don't know how to handle it.
Play it again. Listen to his voice.
This is what we envisioned in January, okay? Sir. It's happening here in September. Gonna go on forever.
Have another Manhattan shot.
That's right. Yeah, that's the kind of hype guy we all need in our lives. It's time for our daily coach quote of the day, our daily source of inspiration and motivation. And yesterday it was from Lane Kiffin. Today, it's from Nick Saban. All of us are addicted to tomorrow, but making it happen today is how you improve. Don't mistake planning for progress. Improvement only lives in what you do today.
That's right. Yesterday's history, tomorrow's a mystery. All that matters is today.
People always get caught up in what they're going to do next. What about what you're doing right now?
Yeah.
In the moment.
How about right now? Absolutely.
Don't start that New Year's diet on January 2nd. Start it the second you think about it. How about that?
So Jamal Mosley, who you got the idea for this daily inspirational quote of the day from, he likes to listen to motivational speakers. I think I've told you this. And one of the speakers that I love and that he loves is a guy named Jocko Willink. All right, he's a I don't know if you've ever heard him. If you haven't, you need to go listen to some of his motivational speeches. Anyway, he's a former Navy SEAL. This guy Jocko, he's a tough guy. Okay,
mm-hmm.
And Jocko, one of his best ones is when he's talking about you don't want to work out today? You don't want to go to the gym today? He goes, that's fine if you want to take a day off. If you want to take a day off, it's fine if you want to take a day off. Just don't take today off. Just don't take today off. Go to the gym today. And you know what? Tomorrow, you're not going to want to take the day off. So whenever you feel like being lazy at one particular moment, don't do it. And that helps build the habit of not being a lazy guy.
That is very profound. I fall
Mm-hmm.
into this often though, where if it doesn't, I like going to the gym, and I go to the
Mm-hmm.
gym routinely, but I don't go every day, because if I can't fit it into my schedule the way that I want to, I won't make time for it elsewhere. So it's got to fit in nicely in the beginning or middle of my day. I'm not someone that's, because I'm not training for anything. I'm just trying to
Right.
stay healthy. So I'm not someone that's going to go, I didn't get a workout in at 11 a.m. So I'm going to go after work, or I'm going to go at 8 o'clock at night. That's the level of motivation for my gym going that I'm not there.
Right. Yeah, but he's not. He's talking about if you have allotted the time for it, and you just don't want to go.
Yeah.
At that particular time.
It is a good feeling when you don't feel like going, but you have the time to go, and you just suit up and do it anyway. It is a good feeling. Today, Mike, is National Noodle Day.
Jocko, in that same respect, Jocko also said, if you think you're just going through the motions, then go through the motions. At least you're doing something.
What does Jocko say about eating leftovers, but eating them at like 9 o'clock in the morning before you even really get going? Because that's what I do, especially, Mike, when I've got pasta in the refrigerator. I love, it's one of my guilty pleasures, is
cold pasta.
I don't care if it's cold, hot, but eat at 9 o'clock in the morning. If I have leftovers, just go into town on some leftover noodles.
I'm into that.
And it doesn't shut me down. I can keep going in the day. It's not a day ender for me. But today is National Noodle Day. And so I thought we would come up with I don't know if people want to rage about noodles, but I think perhaps we could get
that would be the one thing I probably wouldn't want to rage about is noodles.
Get this Gnocchi out of here. I did come up with my Mount Rushmore of noodles, though, so I'm going to deliver that to you here spontaneously. I've got linguine, egg noodles, bow ties, and ravioli, which I think does count as a noodle, but any sort of noodle that you can stuff cheese into is good in my book. So linguine is the best of the stringy noodles. Then you have egg noodles, which is a good Asian
linguine.
noodle.
What is that? Just regular spaghetti?
It is, but the but the noodle is flat, not round. It's a little flatter.
Does regular spaghetti count as a noodle?
Yeah, spaghetti is a spaghetti noodle.
Then if you're leaving angel hair pasta off of your list, that's criminal. If you don't have angel hair pasta,
angel hair is great, but it's just a little thin, you know?
It's thin, but you just that means you can get more of it on your fork and shove it into your gullet.
I tend to overeat angel hair pasta.
Oh,
because you can get so much of it onto your fork. I don't think it holds the sauce as well as the linguine does, but
that's the thing about angel hair. It doesn't need sauce. It's good by itself.
I do like a good butter pasta, but you thought that nobody would rage about noodles, and here you are raging about angel hair pasta. Up next, the Jags trip into victory. What does our Jags insider Mia O'Brien say about last night's improbable win? We'll get her thoughts on that next.
Off with Bianchi and Kravitz.
International Diamond Center. They've been Florida's direct diamond importer for over 40 years. Been cutting out the middleman for 4 decades. That's how they can guarantee a better price on every diamond in their stores. IDC has connections that go back for decades with the diamond miners and diamond cutters from all over the globe. IDC's owner was once a supplier or the supplier for jewelry stores all over the East Coast. So if you're getting engaged or upgrading her diamond, Don't be fooled thinking some corporate-owned chain jeweler can come anywhere close to IDC in price, quality, selection, or anything else. And besides, wouldn't you rather buy from a local company? IDC is locally owned by the same family since the 1980s. They have an incredible reputation for honesty, transparency, and for being good citizens of our state. They're not a corporate-owned chain store that sends their profits to Wall Street. It's just a no-brainer. Highest quality diamonds, unbeatable value, no middleman markups, strongest warranties. I could go on. Unrivaled selection, great people, locally owned. Don't buy a diamond anywhere until you check out what they can do for you. IDC in Altamont Springs, Waterford Lakes, and Mall at Millennium.
A clutch performance is great on the football field, but when it comes to your freedom, clutch play from your legal representation is vital. When your freedom's on the line, you need Trey Flynn in your corner. Trey is a board-certified criminal defense attorney with 18 years of criminal defense experience. Trey's record speaks for itself. He defends DUI cases, serious felonies, and will fight tooth and nail to protect your rights and your future. Visit TreyFlynn.com or dial 407-557-6350. Arrested today? Call Trey.
Worried about market losses? If headlines are keeping you up at night, it's time to take control. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and I know you've worked hard to save. But in times like these, what if can turn into what now? If you're planning to retire or are in retirement, you need a strategy that helps protect your future. At Trajan Wealth, you can capture market gains, protect your account from losses, and guarantee income for life. Right now, you could receive a bonus of up to 30% or annual growth of up to 10% for retirement income. You heard me right. An upfront bonus of up to 30% or annual growth of up to 10%, all guaranteed to boost your lifetime income in retirement. Don't leave your future to chance. Plan with confidence. Call Trajan Wealth today at 407-213-0000. 407-213-0000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company, DBA, in most states as Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Protect your home with Reese Windows and Doors. Trusted for over 50 years to deliver the highest quality factory direct impact windows available, with most installs done in under 8 weeks. And now the giveaway is bigger than ever. Win $25,000 in brand new windows absolutely free. Just text WOW to 20129. Already entered? Then you're automatically eligible to win $25,000 in windows. Don't wait. Text WOW to 20129.
Welcome to Embers Only on iHeartRadio Orlando, brought to you by Corona Cigar Company. Step inside the luxury cigar lifestyle with our cigar of the week. And this week's cigar is a big boy, the Corona Intensa FSG Torpedo. And the price is right. I'll tell you in a minute. This has been really their go-to cigar for people who like really full-flavored, really full-bodied cigars. And what you have here is a big boy cigar. Really incredible. Florida sun-grown Corojo tobacco, Nicaraguan fillers, beautiful Nicaraguan wrap. And what you have is a spicy, delicious monster of cigar. Smokes great. If you're looking for that top quality, bold cigar, the Intensa is the choice, and the price is right. Only $109.95 for a box. That's 50% off. So grab it today. It's the Corona Intensa FSG Torpedo, and it is your cigar of the week. Thanks so much for joining us for Embers Only. Luxury cigar lifestyle, fine spirits, and relaxation await at your nearest Corona Cigar. Downtown, Heathrow, Sand Lake, Sarasota, Tampa, and always online at coronacigar.com.
Let's talk about Pizza Bruno. This place is top knots. I mean nuts. Sorry, I can't get the garlic knots out of my head. You want meatballs, you want salads, you want fresh ingredients in every single mouth-watering bite. Pizza Bruno is your spot. Try my personal favorite, the spicy Stetson, crunchy pepperoni, big dollops of ricotta cheese, and hot honey. It is so good. 3 locations in Central Florida, Edgewater, Maitland, and on Curry Ford Road. Visit pizzabruno.fl.com and work up an appetite.
Need life insurance but have diabetes, high blood pressure, or on anxiety meds? If you're a 50-year-old male, even porky, or with type 2 diabetes, $1 million of life insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. For affordable term life insurance, call Term Provider and speak with Big Lou at 800-444-2013, 800-444-2013, or visit biglou.com. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. 800-444-2013.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Severe from Vicks.
Sinex Severe Nasal Spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Severe instantly relieves nasal congestion and works 6 times faster than nasal decongestant tablets. The 12 hours of relief allow you to get back to the moments that matter without congestion.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it. Try Sinex Severe from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Eustis Roofing. New roof, no mess.
Today, it's a good day.
Today is a good day
To be informed.
all day long.
What's good for our city?
A good story to tell.
Check in throughout the day.
On this day.
News Radio, WFLA Orlando.
This is the beat of sports.
I'm not going to argue with anybody that says top to bottom, the SEC is the deepest conference in college football. As a body of work for the last 20 years, there is not an argument. But you know what's now happened? Everybody gets to pay legally. And look what happened to a couple of schools. Texas Tech. Well, they had their billionaire guy bought players. Okay, so you guys had 6 guys that were buying players when it was illegal. Now this guy's doing it legally. And now what? You're ruffled that they appear to be really, really good? Or that Miami made the commitment a couple of years ago to tap into a few people to say, we need your millions, and they did it. And look what they built. Or Florida State had a miserable season last year and were able to go back to some of the same people and get millions more to buy players legally? Because that's what's happened now. The distribution of talent is not stockpiling 5 stars anymore.
The beat of sports with Mark Daniels. Weekday mornings following the bridge at 9:30 on FM 96.9 The Game, Orlando's sports leader.
This report is sponsored by Straight Talk Wireless.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Central Florida forecast. And for our Tuesday, we are going to be expecting a slightly lower chance of some scattered showers and downpours, maybe a few rumbles of thunder along the way, but only a 40% chance of rain, mostly as we head into the midday to early afternoon hours. Temperatures will stay a few degrees below normal, highs right around the mid-80s, a high of 86 degrees today in Orlando. Drier and warmer tomorrow, a high of 89 and 30% chance of rain before a very nice weekend on the way for Saturday and Sunday. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
Don't let data limits hold you back from being the gift master in the family group chat. Switch to Straight Talk Wireless and get real unlimited data on Verizon's 5G network. Straight Talk, available at straighttalk.com or Walmart.
Felt like you missed something this morning?
It's becoming a disgusting habit at this point.
You did. You can listen while you get ready in the morning.
Wake up with us.
Just tell Alexa to play 96.9 The Game. Let's hit the local beat and see what's happening with the teams that call the state of Florida home. Sending you back to the studio. It's Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Trevor under center. He slipped and he fell down. Trevor fell down on the play. Now he's going to try and run. He did it. He ran it in. Touchdown. He got up. He fell under the flag in the end zone. It's against Kansas City. Trevor Lawrence ran it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Oh my God. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I wouldn't have believed that it was true. What a way to win that game. Final 30 seconds right there. Jags, no timeouts. Trevor Lawrence stumbles, falls on the ground, and picks himself back up to rumble in for the score. Mia O'Brien, nobody better to break this one down than her. Jags insider from ESPN Radio, also the host of the Club 904 podcast. So I'm driving home yesterday. This is before the great game last night took place. And I'm doing my typical post-show routine, which is listening to more sports talk radio. And I'm listening to VSiN, the sports betting network. And here I hear Mia O'Brien breaking down the game. It was awesome catching you on my drive home last night.
Hey, you asked last week, how many jobs can one person have? I like to pop up a little bit of everywhere. Although I'm not going to lie, I wanted to screenshot it, but I don't want to give into the trolls too much, Kravitz. I had about 3 fans on Twitter of VSiN who replied and said, great analysis, great insight, ready for the game. And then there was, of course, 1 or 2 who were like, do you even cover the team? That was the worst analysis I've ever heard. So, unfortunately, when it comes to betting, maybe I'm not, maybe not the best when it comes to prop bets and the like, but I'm going to stick to my NBA Summer League predictions because that's where I make the most of my money. When it comes to yeah, that's my guilty pleasure, or at least the one area when it comes to sports betting that I can make some money in my personal life. So, but yeah, no, a big win for the Jags nonetheless, and hopefully I was able to at least give some bettors out there a little bit of insight.
Well, I mean, you know the team better than most, so I wouldn't worry about that. But how electric was that building last night?
Well, that's the funny part. So I actually was hosting on ESPN Radio on the late night show on game night last night with Q Myers. Unfortunately, because of how many people we had between the Kansas City media contingent, the national media contingent, how many broadcasts, I actually, to assure ourselves that the technology would work, I had to leave at halftime. And so I, like many of you, heard Frank Frangie on the radio call for the third quarter, which included Devin Lloyd's pick 6, and then was on the air or about to be on the air for the final fourth quarter of the game before we came on for post game of both the Monday Night Football game on radio and the Cubs and the Brewers baseball game. And so unfortunately, a lot of people are joking here in Duval this morning that the game didn't really start till I left. But from what I experienced in the first half, the idea, and I tweeted out the picture of it, of people still trying to get into the building at the start of the second quarter. I understand. Look, and people were tweeting at me and saying it, like, people have to work. It's still a Monday. Not everybody can show up to tailgate at 4 o'clock. But they truly did pack that place with as much teal as they possibly could. You knew there were going to be Chiefs fans. I think it ended up being more of like a 75-25 split. But for the Jaguars to put on a show like they did, gritty, not pretty, but that's who they want to be. At this juncture of the season, they want to see the fight because they believe the pretty will still come down the line. It was exactly what you wanted, and I think it showed the nation of what Jacksonville is striving to do under Liam Cohen.
I like that that tagline, gritty, not pretty. The highs do outweigh the lows from Trevor Lawrence last night. He had that big throw to Brian Thomas Jr. on the sideline as they make their way down the field, stumbles into the end zone. It was ugly, but they got it done. How would you grade that performance from Trevor Lawrence, top to bottom?
Well, so that's where it's interesting, again, because I was only there for the first 2 quarters. Obviously watched the game in its entirety and have since reported on it and done multiple shows on it. But through the first 2 drives, I mean, we were looking at each other in the press box like, what is he doing? The throw beyond the line of scrimmage, the pre-snap penalties, that, of course, crept all the way through the fourth quarter. Ultimately, he gets the job done. And if you go by PFF's metrics, when you actually accounted for the interception that probably should have been PI and that adjusted completion percentage, he actually finished with an 88% completion percentage, which for everyone who is lamenting the fact that his season-long percentage coming into the night was 58%, that's pretty darn good against a Steve Spagnuolo defense. And so I think he found ways to succeed. Obviously, finding success with his legs is a huge development if it continues. We've been really, like, in the media corps here in Jacksonville trying to figure out why he hasn't run it more. Maybe some of it is under the previous regime, the concern about the fumbling, especially in 2023, has forced Trevor to rethink himself as a runner. Now he has a coach who wants him to use his legs, much like he did at the collegiate level. And so I'm really curious to see if that truly becomes a staple of his game once again. He set a new career single-game high when it came to both scrambles and scrambles for first downs. I think it behooves the Jags, especially on a night like last night, in which the run game really was never able to truly get going.
I want to talk about the last, we're calling the 6. I've heard it called the stumble rooski, whatever you want to call that play. And I realize there's a lot of games left to be played. And we know the Jaguars melted down 2 years ago when everybody thought they were going to be great and they weren't. But could that play, I mean, that play, as comical as it was, that could go down as a franchise-altering play. Is that an overstatement?
No, not in the least. Because if you go back through the history of this franchise, they've only started 3-1. I think it was 6 or 7 times in their history. I know this is only the 5th time that they've started 4-1 in their 31 years of existence. The last time they started 3-1, they went to 3-2. After losing to the Kansas City Chiefs at Arrowhead Stadium in 2018, in which Blake Bortles bounced the pass off of A.J. Cann's helmet, if you recall. And so, much like getting the bugaboo that was the Houston Texans in your house, getting that dub week 3, going to the House of Horrors, that is the West Coast of the state of California, winning over a storied franchise and one of the perennial powerhouses of the last decade in the San Francisco 49ers. And now, for the first time since 2009, beating the Chiefs, and in a similar eerie parallel, facing them in week 5 and getting over that hump. Yeah, again, it's still only week 5 now, beginning week 6. I don't want to say, like, okay, this is a playoff-bound team, it's over, it's done, like, this is what's going to happen. But ultimately, if this does go the way it's currently trending, this is yet another milestone that the Jaguars have to pass on their way to actually becoming consistent contenders.
Also, they don't win that game without that 99-yard pick six. Just talk about Devin Lloyd, and this defense just continues to make huge plays.
Yeah, and anecdotally, I'll tell you this, like, I love, first off, Devin is truly one of the pros in that locker room. I was texting with another league source this morning who echoed the same thing. Like, anyone who you talk to loves Devin Lloyd, has always loved Devin Lloyd, minus perhaps Jags fans who have questions about his ability in coverage the last few years, as well as this idea of, hey, like, what actually is he? Because at Utah, when you saw him rushing the passer, we saw how great he was. Last year, they tell him to stack on pounds. He loses that left to right, sideline to sideline agility that made him a first-round pick. So let's start with that. I also, of course, have an affinity for my paisans on the Jaguars defensive coaching staff because there are so many New Jersey ties. And so in speaking with some of those New Jersey brethren in the offseason, I straight up said to linebackers coach Ken Lakabu, I was like, what are you going to do with Devin? Like, I as someone who roots for Devin as a human being, what do you make of him? And he said, we don't have to worry about Devin. You tell Devin to do something and he'll do it. And I said, oh, no, I agree with that. He's from a naval family. Like, he is yes, sir, no, ma'am, like, great leader. He goes, no, it's that simple on defense, too. You tell him to do something, and he does it. And I think what he was saying, now in hindsight, as we look back upon it, is this idea of Devin Lloyd, as smart as he may be, book smart, street smart, when it comes to being on a football field, the guy needs not backing coverage. That is what he needed to establish baseline once more and find a fit in this scheme. You saw that throughout training camp. You saw it the first 2 weeks of the season. And now what you are seeing, and we broke this down on Club 904 with former Jaguar Austin Lane today, what you saw on that pick six, not only did he read where the wide receiver was coming from, he then read the quarterback's eyes. And Austin said it, and I agree. Devin Lloyd of 3 weeks ago, let alone 3 years ago, does not make that play. But he is finally at a point in his career where he isn't thinking as much. He is simply reacting and using his football IQ to get to where he needs to be, making plays on the ball. And obviously, it's very, very refreshing to see. There will be those who say it's a contract year, I don't trust it. No. He's finally in the right scheme that is unlocking his skill set.
Mia O'Brien, ESPN radio host, also the host of the Club 904 podcast. She breaks it down with the best of them. Great win last night. Tons of fun. Thanks so much, Mia. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, guys. Happy to hop on as always.
She had I was listening on VSiN yesterday. She said, hey, Brenton Strange is going to go off. And I was with her on that. Brenton Strange ends up getting knocked out of the game. What are you going to do on that? Up next, our lead story coming up. Orlando's getting a new pro team. We'll break it down. The Storm's brewing. Next.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Well. Best time of the year to be a sports fan. I don't think I'm going to get a lot of argument there from our audience. We got baseball postseason, another game between the Tigers and the Mariners getting fired up here in another couple of minutes. Football season in full swing, of course. The NBA right around the corner. Sign up today over on Hard Rock Bet. Bet $5 on any game. If it wins, you can also score $150 in bonus bets. Get the party started over on Hard Rock Bet. We just witnessed this dynamic weekend of college football games inside of the state. NFL action just last night. What did we say about the Jaguars yesterday? Plus 3.5 comes home for us. We got a Yankees win or go home scenario tonight against the Blue Jays. If you think the empire crumbles, take Toronto plus 135. Refer your friends to Hard Rock Bet, and you'll both score bonus bet up to $50. That's $50 for you. That's $50 for them. Bet together, win together on Hard Rock Bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Orlando, are you ready to rock it? My favorite beach getaway, Hard Rock Hotel Daytona Beach, is calling your name. Not even an hour's drive from downtown Orlando. You'll find modern luxury, legendary Hard Rock vibes, and that endless Florida sunshine. Even in the middle of winter, lounge by the oceanfront pool, grab a bite at their world-famous restaurant, or unwind at the spa. And when the sun sets, enjoy live music under the stars at their beachside band shell. For reservations, go to hardrockhotels.com/Daytona Beach.
Look out for a crash on Kirkman Road at Old Winter Garden Road on the major roadways. No surprises affecting your ride, just typical delays starting to pile up. We got scattered showers in the area that might be affecting your drive. Expect the roadways to be wet out there. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Prime Big Deal Days. Prime Big Deal Days are happening on October 7th and 8th with savings up to 40% off. This is your chance to grab that item you've been thinking about. It's Prime Big Deal Days coming soon, October 7th and 8th.
All you home buyers out there, mortgage rates keep going down and inventory's up. And the Nickley Group is helping buyers save an average of $24,000 by negotiating rate buydowns, seller concessions, and the Hometown Heroes program, where first responders, teachers, nurses can save up to $25,000 in down payment and closing costs. And when you buy through the Nickley Group, you're not just getting a house, you're getting a team, free moving trucks, free home warranty, and more. Download their free buyer's guide at thenickley.com. If you want to buy or sell quickly, just call Nickley.
Right now at the Home Depot, shop fall savings and get up to 40% off select appliances like Samsung. Upgrade your kitchen this fall with the Samsung Bespoke 4-door refrigerator. Now featuring the dual auto ice maker with Sphere Ice. Only at the Home Depot. You'll have perfectly chilled drinks for every gathering. Don't miss fall appliance savings at the Home Depot. Offer valid October 2nd through October 22nd. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Yingling Traditional Lager. Brewed by the same family for nearly 200 years, it's a crisp amber lager with a bold, smooth flavor that's perfect for game day. Whether you're cheering from the stands or watching from your favorite bar, Yingling is the taste of tradition. Yingling. Legends stand the test of time.
Out here, you learn quick. If you plant it, it'll grow. Whether it's acres of land or a raised garden bed, we've got all the supplies and know-how you'll need.
Welcome to Tractor Supply and to life out here.
When you've been in a crash and your mind's racing.
When you've fallen in a store and are blaming yourself.
When you've been hurt at work and don't know what to do. You know who to call. Farah and Farah, Orlando.
QVC, shopping that surprises and delights. Today only, QVC is partnered with iHeartRadio for today's special value. 'Tis the season for great beauty deals when you're looking ahead, maybe some good gift giving. The Laura Geller 5-piece Gift of Gold full face collection. The lowest price you're going to find on this today. A QVC iHeartRadio exclusive offer. Shop now at QVC.com/TSV.
Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Yep, it's a win-win. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Follow the game on Facebook at 96.9 The Game. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Connected to the things you love.
The free iHeartRadio app does that with live radio, 24/7 news, live sports, and your favorite podcasts.
There's no catch and no charge.
Radio, your way.
Join the millions who already have it. The free iHeartRadio app.
The #1 app for radio.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Paolo Banchero entering year 4 with the Orlando Magic.
Does this year feel different? I mean, Jeff Weltman has said, hey, we're in the win now mode. We're no longer in rebuilding phase. Does this feel different to you as a player?
Definitely. I would say this year, probably the first time since I've been. You are expected to win at a high level, because there's no going short on that. You have to make it happen. So I'm excited.
Listen to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz weekdays starting at 3 p.m. on FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on the iHeartRadio app.
Unlike those changing leaves of fall, our money does not grow on trees. So give Trajan Wealth a call today to ensure you're making the right financial moves for your future. I've been talking about Trajan Wealth on this show for a while, but here's the difference. Now I'm a client, and it feels different when you've sat across the table from them. I brought in an old 401k I'd been ignoring, and they showed me how to get those dollars working again. Honestly, it was like having a great coach finally draw up a play just for me. There was no pressure, no jargon, just clear advice from fiduciaries who put my goals first. And with everything going on in the world, you need a team that helps you adjust your game plan when the markets change. So don't let your money blow away like leaves in the fall. Put a real plan behind it. Call Trajan Wealth today at 407-213-0000 or visit TrajanWealth.com to schedule your free consultation. That's TRAJAN Wealth.com. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Client paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
WYGM Orlando, WJRR HD2 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. The UCF Knights are heard here. Now back to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Gotta love a good Tuesday. I mean, it sure beats Monday. And Tuesdays are a triple threat at Wing House. Dig into $3 street tacos packed with bold flavor. Sip on $3 well drinks and enjoy a refreshing $3 16-ounce domestic draft. It's a perfect midweek escape. Unbeatable deals, a laid-back vibe. Whether you're flying solo or you're rolling with the crew, Taco Tuesday at Wing House, always a win. 3 Central Florida locations, Wing House, good food, beautifully served. Where does Tuesday rank in your hierarchy of days of the week, Mike? For me, it's easy. I think it's
dead last.
I think it's a top 3. It could be a top 3. If we ditch Saturday and Sunday, because those don't count, I think it's a top 2 day of the week.
No, and why? I mean, Monday, at least you have Monday Night Football. Wednesday is hump day. You're over the hump heading toward the weekend. And Tuesday, there's no football on. It's still days before football's on. Nah, Tuesday's the worst. Tuesday might be the worst day of the week. In fact, Taco Tuesday is probably the only thing that Tuesday's worth a damn for.
The waiver wire. Hello.
My
Okay.
team. So I did just make a claim for slow Joe Flacco.
All right. See, we're all fired up on a Tuesday. More Game On the way momentarily.
I'm not fired up about slow Joe Flacco.
Let's get a 60-second update from our friends at Fox Sports Radio. We'll be right back.
This is Paulo Banchero with the Orlando Magic, and you're locked into Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Thank you, P5. We are broadcasting live in Orlando, Jacksonville, and Tallahassee. It's Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz, the premier sports talk radio show in the state of Florida. Light us up on the Mills Air text line at 50857, as you have been all afternoon long. We're taking your Rage Cage talkbacks as well. What doesn't get people fired up more than noodles? It's National Noodle Day. People on the text line claiming that ravioli, not a noodle.
I would agree with that.
This one says ravioli is a dish. There's cheese or meat inside. And how can you leave shells or elbows off? Eating noodles with a spoon, the way to go. I think if you eat noodles with a spoon, you're basically a 5-year-old. Like, I don't think you can't be a grown man eating.
Are you saying SpaghettiOs? SpaghettiOs?
Yeah, I mean, what are you, 12? I'm eating noodles with a spoon.
Google says ravioli is a noodle.
It is. I know it's a noodle. Of course, it's a noodle. It's a type of noodle. Now, what you put in it makes it the dish. What sauce you put on it. But are you questioning Uncle Paulie and his noodle knowledge? What are these people thinking, Mikey? You are Italian. I don't know. But
I sort of agree that ravioli, that would be like saying almost like lasagna. Ravioli is a dish.
No, lasagna is a dish. Ravioli is a noodle. Lasagna has layers to it. A single ravioli is just a pouch that you haven't put anything in yet, and then what you put in it makes it.
In it that once you put something in it, that disqualifies it from the noodle category, in my opinion.
I think that I win this, and you, my friends, can forget about it. Somebody said, I remember a couple of years ago when Mike McDaniel sounded exactly the same. Can we get Mike McDaniel? This is the latest clip. Mike McDaniel sounding a little bit uneasy about his job.
He was really frustrated at the, just like he's as I was, and we talked about the challenge ahead to get ready for the Chargers. That was kind of the extent of it.
So the text says, I remember a couple of years ago when McDaniel sounded exactly the same. Brandon and many others thought he was a mad genius. Turns out he's just mad.
By the way, that was Mike McDaniel talking about meeting with the owner, Stephen Ross. That was the context of that clip.
I mean, listen to what he said. I'm not even sure the context matters. It's just the lack of confidence. And I remember when he got hired, he kind of sounded like that when he first took the job. He sounded unsure of himself. He sounded dorky, and he sounded like a guy that really enjoys a good math equation. And I remember saying at the time that this is either going to be something revolutionary in the NFL or it's going to flame out because he's so unconventional. I didn't call him anything close to a mad genius until he started winning and the offense looked different. And when that happened, he sounded like a different person. That wasn't the Mike McDaniel that you heard when he was having success. It was a much funnier, more comfortable, laid back version of Mike McDaniel. Every once in a while he'd sound like a dork, but he didn't sound like a nerd that was unsure of himself.
He doesn't sound like a dork there to me. He doesn't sound like, I mean, he always sounds a little bit nerdy, but I said it earlier, he sounds like a lost soul. He sounds like he doesn't know what to do anymore. He sounds bumfuzzled, dazed and confused is a phrase that comes to mind.
Yep.
He just sounds lost. He sounds lost. In fact, our boy Chris Perkins at the South Florida Sun Sentinel, I think I saw that. I hadn't read the column yet today, but I think he wrote, it's time for the Dolphins to fire McDaniel. I don't know that anybody's really said that in print, but Chris Perkins did. He said it's time for him to go.
I have a feeling this weekend is going to be the one. I've been kind of thinking that the last couple of weekends, and it hasn't happened, but they play a really good team. It sounds like they had a very contentious meeting between him and Stephen Ross, and I think they're going to if they get blown out in this one, and they get blown out because the team has given up, that'll be it. And we see that in the NFL sometimes where the bottom just falls out, and it feels like that's happening. Also, Mike, I don't know if you've looked up at the clouds lately, but they're kind of dark out there. And I think that maybe a storm is a brewing. The UFL this morning announced 3 new franchises set to debut in the spring of 2026 when the league kicks off its 3rd season. The new teams will be located in Columbus, Louisville, and right here in Orlando, Florida. The 2026 season kicks off March 27th, 2026. Here is the announcement.
Our community is incredibly supportive of football. Football crazy, I'd call it. Cheez-It Bowl, Pop-Tart Bowl, Cure Bowl, Florida Classic, NFL Pro Bowls, hometown of our UCF Knights, and a robust youth and amateur organizations like the AAU and Pop Warner. So, Mike, congratulations to you, the ownership group of Fox, Redbird Capital, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Danny Garcia, ESPN, and of course our new friends, Russ Brandon and Brooke Campbell and Katrina Perez, on this incredible announcement. We can't wait to cheer on the Orlando Storm here at Inter & Co Stadium. Thank you so much.
There you go. The Storm.
That was Jason Siegel, by the way, of the Greater Orlando Sports Commission. Yeah, I was at the press conference today, and he was talking about Mike Rapoli, the billionaire who's just bought into the UFL, who actually lives in Orlando. I'm sure he probably lives in Isleworth. But yeah, this guy's a multi-billionaire, founded Vitamin Water, Body Armor, all of these sports drinks, and he sold them to Coca-Cola for billions of dollars. I talked to the guy earlier this week, Mike Rapoli, and obviously he's a good businessman. We know that. And he's a huge sports fan. He's from New York. He's funny. He wants to own a team here in Orlando. And I know you're going to accuse me of going to a press conference and suddenly I'm on board. I do think that this spring football league has a chance to work. If you lessen your expectations. I mean, the reason they're playing at the Purple Palace Inter & Co Stadium is because it's a small venue. That's what this league is doing now. They're moving into smaller venues. As Mike Rapoli said today, when you play spring football in a 70,000 seat college or NFL stadium, it's like a COVID game. All right. Even if there's 15,000 fans there, it looks empty. So all they're wanting to do is have 15 or 20,000 fans show up 5 times a spring. That's their goal. They've got TV contracts with Fox and ESPN who bought into the league. They've got big investors, Disney, Rapoli, all these Redbird Capital, Impact Capital. They've got money, unlike some of these other spring leagues like the Alliance of American Football, who rolled through town without any money and were selling a hope and a prayer. I do think these guys have a plan, and I think it has a chance. That's all I'm going to say.
I've said that before, and this one, for those reasons, sounds like it has more credibility behind it. Of course, the $1 million question is always going to be, can spring football work? And then I think when you spin that local, it's, can spring football work here? Will people get into it? It should absolutely be in a smaller venue. I think I was arguing for that when the Apollos came through. That's spring football isn't going to draw like college football or the NFL. It never is. That is never, ever, ever going to happen
and that's
in this
not
country.
What they want to do.
Exactly. It doesn't need
right.
to. It absolutely spring football doesn't need 60,000 fans to pack a stadium in order to be successful. We're talking about a spring product that it's a minor league essentially, and you wouldn't ask a minor league baseball team to fill a 40,000 seat stadium, and you're certainly not going to do that with football either, even though football is a more popular sport. I just feel like this market has been burned too many times. It's not that it can't work, Mike. It's that nobody in this town believes that it's going to. And
everybody's skeptical. Yeah, as they should be.
And so
as they should be.
They're going to be slow to give their time, their money, their energy to it when they've seen the Renegades, the Thunder, the Rage, the Tuskers, the Apollos, the Guardians. The list is endless, and people aren't going to dig into the details of who's the financial backer. They're going to read the headline, Spring Football Orlando, and a lot of people are going to say, that's not going to last, and they're going to move on to the next thing.
Okay, but
I don't think people are going to give this the time of day for quite some time.
Let me push back a little bit. I mean, you mentioned the Apollos. The Apollos were successful.
That burned people, though.
Okay, but they were a good team. They were fun to watch. They had Steve Spurrier as the coach, and they drew 18, 20,000 fans to UCF. That's good, all right? It's not the Apollo's fault. It's not Orlando's fault that the league ran out of money. That's the league's fault. Orlando did support the Apollos, and there were failures before the Apollos, the Rage, so it's not like this city won't support a decent team that has some marquee value, because they did it. They did it with the Apollos. Now, it was only for 8 games, but they did it. So if this team comes out, hires, say, John Gruden, who, by the way, is friends with Mike Rapoli, hires John Gruden as the coach, and they win games, people are going to come out.
I do think the head coach is going to matter a lot, and it's going to be really tough to replicate the sort of fan support that Steve Spurrier brings to the table. It's a college football town. He is the most iconic living head coach in state of Florida history. And
would John Gruden provide the same buzz?
He would provide buzz. He wouldn't provide buzz like Steve Spurrier did.
I don't know about that.
It would be buzzy. It would be buzzy. But
the guy's a Barstool Sports star now.
But he's not beloved. He's entertaining, but he's not beloved. Yeah. Steve Spurrier was beloved. People wanted Steve Spurrier to succeed. It's an unfair bar because, honestly, I don't think there's another name that's in coaching that would bring the sort of automatic fan support and credibility that Steve Spurrier brought with him. I don't think that name exists. And so they're going to have to come up with something else.
I think Gruden is a name that would either excite the fan base or at least get the fan base interested.
Well, you got all excited about a press conference. I will get all geeked up when John Gruden is sitting here in the studio with us selling me on the team. Then you're going to catch me with the pom-poms. Yay, Storm! Up next, the Silver Surfer. Let me try that again. The Silver Surfer. Tristan DeSilva joins the show to talk about what he learned from year one with the Magic and how he's able to abstain social media. Impressive stuff coming from Tristan DeSilva next.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be back right after this. Right now, it's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GRAND. That's GRAND. Enter it now online at 969thegame.com.
Ooh, Halloween's coming. Your costume should be scary, but not your retirement plan, all right? Trajan Wealth can help take the fear out of financial planning. Call today for a free consultation. I thought I was doing just fine, believe me. Had my retirement accounts, had a plan in my head, but then I let Trajan Wealth take a look. They found opportunities I'd been missing. That old 401k I left with a former employer, it wasn't just collecting dust. It was actually costing me money. They helped me roll it over, and now it's part of a strategy that gives me confidence heading into retirement. Let's face it, the world's a little spooky right now, all right? Global tensions, politics, tariffs, all of that can rattle the markets. But when you've got fiduciaries in your corner, you sleep better. Jeff Jr., a Marine veteran who founded Trajan Wealth, built his company on that Semper Fi mindset, always faithful. That's how they treat your financial future. So don't let your retirement haunt you. Call Trajan Wealth today, 407-213-0000, or visit TrajanWealth.com to schedule that free consultation. That's TRAJAN Wealth.com. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, SEC registered investment advisor, client paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Honest, trustworthy, out for your best interest. Not things often said about roofing companies, but do yourself a favor and spend a moment researching Eustace Roofing. You'll find that those thoughts and those reviews are said all over the place. That's how they've been able to serve the Central Florida community the way that they have over the past 60 years. And this Halloween, get ready for the scary good deals. A spectacular savings event with Eustace Roofing, $1,500 off of your roof replacement. Go ahead and find them online. Give them a call. Tell them that Brandon Kravitz sent you by. Eustace Roofing isn't just local. They're all over Orlando and Central Florida. It's a small town service serving all of Orlando. Visit them online, EustaceRoofing.com.
All lanes are blocked due to an accident on Altamont Drive eastbound near Lake Pleasant Road. Look out for emergency crews on the roadways. Traffic slowing down due to an accident on Florida's Turnpike southbound before Clay Whaley Road. That's off to the shoulder. Look out for a disabled vehicle on the Turnpike southbound before that Consulate Drive exit. You're going to start running into some typical slowdowns this afternoon, so travel with caution. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Staples. Cue the easy button because it's officially Easy Deal Days at Staples. Now through October 11th, save up to 40% off over 1,000 products from tech, chairs, luggage, and more. Head to your local Staples store or staples.com to save while supplies last. Staples, that was easy.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party. You see that new welcome offer? Bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if you win. I think we got to jump on this.
What's John Daly think?
I think you got to grip it and rip it.
Grip it?
And rip it.
Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook. Roll with us. New players bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Payable and bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 and up and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
If you've been in a big truck accident, you better have a lawyer who understands the traffic rules for big trucks.
And a lawyer who can navigate the hundreds of laws that can complicate your case.
At Farah and Farah, we're ready to go the long haul to fight for you. Orlando.
If you want no windows there and wait, pick up the phone and just text free.
Protect your home with Reese Windows and Doors. Trusted for over 50 years to deliver the highest quality factory direct impact windows available, with most installs done in under 8 weeks. And now the giveaway is bigger than ever. Win $25,000 in brand new windows absolutely free. Just text WOW to 20129. Already entered? Then you're automatically eligible to win $25,000 in windows. Don't wait. Text WOW to 20129.
QVC, shopping that surprises and delights. Today only, QVC is partnered with iHeartRadio for today's special value. 'Tis the season for great beauty deals when you're looking ahead, maybe some good gift giving. The Laura Geller 5-piece Gift of Gold full face collection. The lowest price you're going to find on this today. A QVC iHeartRadio exclusive offer. Shop now at QVC.com/TSV.
Miss us while we're gone? Download the Game On podcast on iHeartRadio and take us with you wherever and whenever you want. It's all of Bianchi and I's wildest takes on demand on the daily. And while you're at it, make us your number one preset as well. Just search Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz, the state of Florida's premier sports talk radio show. Now back to these ads.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
We are Orlando's sports leader, broadcasting live from the FM 96.9 The Game studio. Brought to you by the Nickley Group, Orlando's home team. Doing real estate differently. TheNickleyGroup.com.
Fall is sports season, and iHeartRadio has it all. The NFL, MLB playoffs,
Let's go!
college football, the NHL, and NBA preseason moves are underway. From scores and reactions to interviews and hot takes, it's all at your fingertips on the iHeartRadio app.
Appreciate you taking my call, guys.
Lock in with your favorite teams with play-by-play, podcasts, and local stations where you can react and join the conversation. Sports on iHeartRadio, where fans live it.
I'm a beer fanatic, so I don't settle for anything less than the best. And the folks at Hourglass Brewing deliver quality, consistency, everything I'm looking for in a good beer. With that neighborhood charm at their 2 Orlando locations, Hourglass Brewing is a first-class brewery from the same one that cranks out Zoneheads 35 once per year. But it's more than that. They crank out the hits on the daily. 25-plus Hourglass beers on tap every single day. Stop by for happy hour. $3 I4 iSource citrus lagers from 4 to 6 p.m. all day on Mondays. They even have wines, seltzers, ciders, something for everybody. Cozy up to the bar, get to know their friendly staff. Hourglass is a welcoming watering hole for the entire Orlando community, and they have a location right near downtown Orlando as well, on top of the one right around the corner from me in Longwood. This isn't mass-produced. This is craft. Fresh ingredients, local pride, and a taste that you can actually savor. So next time you need to unwind, skip the ordinary and raise a glass to the extraordinary. Raise a glass to Hourglass Brewing.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
That's not a very good question. Tramel Jones is the backup quarterback.
That I like. I have no problem at all with a coach or a player calling out a member of the media. Not a problem for me. That right there is how you handle it. Well done, Billy Napier.
But Billy Napier is a laid-back guy. I will guarantee you, I mean, we're blasting Brian Kelly. I like a guy who's fiery. I covered Steve Spurrier in his day. Steve Spurrier would call me sometimes at 7 o'clock in the morning. The column he didn't like. And he'd be yelling at me at 7 o'clock in the morning, waking me up out of bed. Bianchi, what was that stupid column you wrote? Bianchi.
Listen to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz weekdays starting at 3 p.m. on FM 96.9 The Game. Orlando's hometown sports station. This is 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the free iHeartRadio app. Now back to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
You can join me and our friends here at 96.9 The Game on Saturday, downtown Orlando at Elixir. Wonderful bar right there in the downtown area. The UCF takes on Cincinnati. You can enjoy the all-new Yingling Flight. It's the next generation of light beer. UCF, Cincinnati, high noon at Elixir in downtown Orlando. Let's slam some Yinglings together as we get ready for kickoff of that one. That one starts at noon on Saturday. So looking forward to that and hanging out with all of you. The Magic have a few new pieces this year, but a few pieces that aren't so new that might get expanded roles. And one of those guys is second-year player Tristan Da Silva. Tristan was in and out of the lineup last year, but he's poised and ready to make an impact this season. We sat down with the Silver Surfer just the other day. Tristan, how's the offseason? How did it treat you?
I'm kind of surprised it's already over, but it was really nice. I played Summer League. I played the Eurobasket, the national team.
Got the gold medal.
Got the gold. Yes, sir. And some vacation in there, too. There was a lot of stuff happening this offseason.
Is there enough downtime in order to get ready for the grind of an NBA season? Because it doesn't sound like you had a whole lot of it.
I didn't, but, if you stay in shape, you don't got to get in shape.
That's a good way to put it. That's what Mike lives by.
That's like, where's your gold medal at? What'd you do with it?
I left it at home.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm not
You have a trophy room?
Here and brag with it. No, I don't have a trophy. Only the medal. The trophy stayed in Europe, I'm pretty sure.
No, man, do you have a room anywhere where you have all your awards?
All my accolades?
Yes.
You mean the one
accolades?
Medal?
Good word. Yeah.
A trophy room for one medal? No, I don't. No, it's just it's sitting where I can see it every day.
Good for you.
What about your new teammates? How have you felt about the way that Desmond Bain and Tyus Jones and Jace Richardson, even Noah Penda, how those guys, I know it's still early on, but how they've been integrated into the group?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like they've been a part of this group for forever. It's kind of crazy, but I've only seen them for a little bit. Obviously, I played with Noah and Jace in summer league, so I got to bond with them a little bit. But Tyus, Desmond, Orlando, Jamal, I feel like I've only seen them for 2 weeks, maybe a week and a half since I've been back, basically, and it feels like they've been on the squad for years. We're super tight.
What's your thoughts on everybody's high expectations for this season? People say, hey, the Magic's rebuild is over. Now it's time to compete for championships, or at least try to compete for championships. What's that? Can you guys feel that vibe?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you can feel it in the workouts every single day. Everybody's demeanor going on the court, everybody's mindset. It's from here on out. It's just straight work, and then results will take care of themselves if we attack every single day with the right intention.
I'm always curious about guys that play in the league, and I know it's different for everybody, but are you a fan of the NBA? Or is this your job? You love playing basketball, or do you follow the stories and the flow of the league itself?
It's hard sometimes, to be honest. I'm kind of staying off of social media. So that's probably the main intake for stories like that and following stuff. But I'm a fan of the game. I like to watch every type of basketball, not only NBA. So whenever there's games that are on that I can catch, I'll watch them. If there's stories that intrigue me, I'll read them.
You a football fan? No. So Coach Prime and your Buffs, do you follow them at all?
No. I know they're 2-3.
They're 2. Yeah, they're 2-3 right now.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of the BYU game, so still trying to stay connected with that. But I'm honestly looking forward to basketball season.
I'm blown away that you're not on social media at all. That's crazy. If you were born in 2001, I would think like you grew up with this being a part of the world, and then to have the discipline to say I'm not going to connect myself in that way is crazy.
I have a profile. I'm on there. I post try to post somewhat regularly. Which isn't going so well, but that's a whole other story. I don't know. It's just it's like a peace of mind situation more so.
So you're like me. You get on it because you have to get on it sometimes, just for your brand, right?
Yeah. Sometimes I get kind of caught in it, and then I have phases where I'm off of it and don't touch it at all, and then there's other phases where I'm on it like every other day. So right now, I'm not on it.
I think it makes all of us better people to stay away as much as you can.
Probably, yeah. I mean, it's there's so many different things that you can say about it that are bad. Obviously, there's good in it too, but it's just overused, I guess.
Tristan Da Silva, second-year man with the Orlando Magic. We appreciate you sitting down with us. Thanks, Tristan.
Thank you for having me.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
You truly can't beat this time of year as a sports fan. Baseball postseason going on. We are slightly delayed in the Tigers-Mariners game, but we'll see how that one goes. I'm on the Tigers today, by the way. Sign up and bet $5 on any game. If it wins, you can also score $150 in bonus bets. Get the party started on Hard Rock Bet. We just witnessed this dynamic weekend of college football games inside of the state, NFL action. What did we say about those Jaguars last night? +3.5 comes home for us. Yankees in a winner-go-home scenario tonight. It just doesn't get better than this. NBA around the corner as well. Refer your friends to Hard Rock, and you'll both score a bonus bet up to $50. That's 50 for you, 50 for them. Bet together, win together on Hard Rock Bet. It's what good friends do. Hard Rock Bet. Head there and roll with us. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Orlando, are you ready to rock it? My favorite beach getaway, Hard Rock Hotel Daytona Beach, is calling your name. Not even an hour's drive from downtown Orlando. You'll find modern luxury, legendary Hard Rock vibes, and that endless Florida sunshine. Even in the middle of winter, lounge by the oceanfront pool, grab a bite at their world-famous restaurant, or unwind at the spa. And when the sun sets, enjoy live music under the stars at their beachside band shell. For reservations, go to hardrockhotels.com/Daytona Beach.
When you're in big corporate world, everybody operates out of a manual or a big book of rules.
That's International Diamond Center owner Keith LeClaire talking about how hard it is to work at one of those big box corporate jewelry stores.
There's so many rules and regulations.
Big sales quotas, multiple layers of management, bottom line focus. With all that pressure on the clerks, imagine how it must feel for the customer. But at IDC, it's the opposite.
At IDC, we don't have a manual telling our people how to deal with customers. We give our associates the freedom to make a decision and help the customer make the right decision. We empower our people to take care of those customers in the way they would want to be taken care of.
So when you see another big box Wall Street-owned jewelry store, you don't have to be a victim. Come to IDC and get the price, quality, attention, and respect you deserve. Not from clerks, but from true professionals.
We want them to take care of you, protect you, and make it the best experience that you could possibly have.
International Diamond Center, your refuge from corporate jewelry retailing. Altamont Springs, Waterford Lakes, and Mall at Millennia.
Wow, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Save no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Here's something most of us don't want to think about, but probably should. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton here for our friend Mike Lester and the team at Talon Wealth Management.
That thing we don't want to talk about is a will. If you don't have one, Mike and his team would like to help you out. They'll start you off with a comprehensive financial plan.
If you are 55 or over and have saved at least $250,000 for retirement, the Talon Comprehensive Financial Plan is complimentary. And when that plan's in hand, you will also receive the gift of a will and trust courtesy of Talon Wealth.
The folks at Talon Wealth are not attorneys, but they work with a group of attorneys who'll provide a will and trust at no charge to you. Reach out at 813-755-5000. 813-755-5000. One more time, that's 813-755-5000. And be sure and tell them that Clay and Buck sent you.
Advisory services offered through Talon Private Wealth, LLC, a SEC-registered investment advisor. The information provided is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be construed as legal, tax, or financial advice.
Join us daily on 96.9 The Game for your Embers-only Cigar of the Week, brought to you by Corona Cigar Company. Luxury cigar lifestyle, fine spirits, and relaxation await at your nearest Corona Cigar. Dr. Phillips, downtown Heathrow, or online at coronacigar.com.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. Divorce affects every part of your life, your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on.
If you are facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. Miami-Dade County, Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois. CordellCordell.com.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just one cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing at $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
With Hammer and Nails, I'm not just an endorser. I'm a client. I love that place. The staff is awesome. The services make me feel like a different person. The relaxation, the cleanliness, it takes a lot of effort to look this good. Today's extraordinary man deserves a grooming experience unlike any other, and it starts at a place where man's care is what they're all about. That and a good drink. Where rugged meets refined. Hammer and Nails is all about the grooming experience with a masculine touch. And what do I always say? Look good, feel good, play good. Hammer and Nails, men's grooming redefined.
So I was on eBay because I'm absolutely obsessed
with this rare hologram trading card. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. eBay had it. They even had
perfect parts that fit my car.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay.
Pro football is coming back to Orlando with the UFL announcing today the Storm will begin play next spring at Orlando City SC's Inter-Co Stadium. Lightning defenseman J.J. Mosher will serve a 2-game suspension, while forward Scott Saberim will sit out 4 games for actions against Florida. And after rampant speculation about a retirement announcement, LeBron James' second decision today was an ad for Cognac brand Hennessy. I'm Scott Davidson.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz. Looking for an exceptional driving experience? Find it behind the wheel of a Mercedes-Benz SUV. Experience the power, precision, and intelligence of an iconic Mercedes-Benz SUV at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer today.
Orlando's new home for Florida State football is AM 810 Fox Sports Radio Orlando. Hear every game live on AM 810 or search Fox Sports Radio Orlando on the free iHeartRadio app. He's the Sultan of Salary, our very own sports financial guru. When athletes get paid, he's our go-to guy. He's Mike Giannetti from SpotTrack.com.
Mike Giannetti, our go-to sports financial expert, the best in the business. You can find his work over at SpotTrack.com and check out his SpotTrack podcast weekly. Get an idea of what's flowing through that brilliant brain of his. Mike, welcome to the show. How disappointed were you in LeBron's decision 2.0? Oh, did you think we were actually going to get any bit of real news and not, hey, I'm endorsing Hennessy?
I kind of thought it was going to be product-based. I think many of us did. I was disappointed with the product. Is that fair to say? Like, I was hoping for something with that brought us a little bit of humor, a little bit of comedy, but man, it was just your standard alcohol buy. I mean, that's feels like LeBron should be better than that in year 23, but I guess not.
And isn't that a wasted opportunity too for that sort of promotion? Because people are so keyed in on anything LeBron decision related for him to, because you can't pull that card again. Once you pull that card, you don't get to do that again. Nobody will believe it next time.
I completely agree. He's got to text message, right, that I'm retiring at this point in time. He's got to completely reverse at this point. He's already used his card, as you noted. I like it.
But we're all thinking about it now. So what does his contract currently say about his future in the NBA or with the LA Lakers?
That he'll be drinking a lot of Hennessy in about a year from now, because that's probably it. This probably is the swan song. It's a 1+1, which means he's got an option next year. That's kind of been his standard going forward. Obviously, it's going to be Luka Doncic's team thereafter, but it doesn't mean he's for sure going to walk away from this. But I think the writing is on the wall that without any further extension, with the trade protection that he has, it's going to be about $51 million this year, and then I guess we'll see, but I think most signs point to it's going to be the swan song in April.
Mike, I don't know if this is your field of expertise or not, but it was announced today that Orlando is getting a franchise in this spring football league, the UFL. And we've been debating whether spring football will work or not. And I'm of the opinion it'll work if you just expect it to draw 15 or 20,000 fans and get, 800 to 1 million viewers on TV. What is a reasonable expectation for spring football in this country? And do you think it can financially succeed?
It's interesting because not too long ago with the last iteration of, the UFL and some of these other, the AF and all that, there was a conversation that maybe the NFL really needed a true minor league program. And I still think there's merit to that. However, since then, college football has become a more than paid professional product. So I don't know that there's much legs for this right now, especially the time of year that they do this, when a lot of people are kind of turning the leaf over a little bit. But yeah, if your expectations and the ratings that you're looking for kind of align with what you're talking about there, then it can exist. I don't think we've been oversaturated with football yet, so I give them an A for effort. And I do like the cities that they're expanding to, by the way. I think that's also intelligent, but it feels like it's going to be in that third tier of sports leagues until other notice.
It does feel like the end game, though. Like one of the major investors now is this guy, this billionaire who founded Vitamin Water and Body Armor and sold those drinks to Coca-Cola and made billions of dollars on it. It sounds like the end game is to get the NFL to buy this league, right?
It is, right? It's kind of got a big three vibe, which is, I think, the end game for that with the three-person basketball situation, and there's a female version of that going on as well. Like I said, it's going to be small until it's not. But yeah, if it can get connected in any way, they're going to have a flag football connection with the NFL right now. So if there's any sort of minor league connection that's officially tied to it, then it'll have some standing. But I think other than that, it's just going to be the thing we turn on a couple times in April.
Talking to Mike Giannetti from SpotTrack.com, the Bengals pulled the plug on the Jake Browning experience. Entered Joe Flacco. Is this the kind of move that you support for the Bengals? Just a team that's trying to stay above water. And what does this mean for Joe, if at all, financially?
Yeah, I mean, analytically, they're like the same quarterback. So they're not getting an upgrade on the field in terms of what Joe Flacco did for 4 weeks in Cleveland. But the Cincinnati Bengals don't do this. They do not make in-season moves of any worth. So I have to give them credit for at least putting this out there to the world and saying, look, we're doing something. We're making an effort. We know the Jake Browning experiment hasn't been worthwhile. So I still think this gets them to a nice draft pick in 2026. But for Flacco, it gives him a chance to start again. He's going to walk away from his career at this point, probably, $185 million richer. And he wasn't going to be the starting quarterback for Cleveland going forward. So it makes some sense. It makes some football sense, but I don't think it's going to be the shot in the arm that Cincinnati Bengals fans are looking for.
Just when you think Joe Flacco's career as a starting quarterback is over, he's just basically hopping in the car and heading to a different city inside of the same state. Unbelievable. A.J. Brown appears to be disappointed with his usage. Is there any chance that they move off of him in a trade? There's been a lot of discussion about it, but what's the reality given his current contract situation? Oh no, did we lose Mike? I was really excited to hear that answer too. Giannetti, are you there?
You cut out though. Say it again.
Okay, AJ Brown. There's all these rumors that he's unhappy and that he's going to get dealt. Yeah. Is that financially realistic that the Eagles could move off of him in that way?
It is, because of the way they structure those contracts and push everything down the line. So they'd have to take a huge hit to move on from him. But, I think he's still a first-round wide receiver at this point in time, especially for a team in need. So it's not a likely, but it's a maybe, because there's some serious, some serious speculation about his worth on that roster and his ability to produce on that roster. And that's generally when these superstars start to speak up.
Mike Giannetti, sports financial analyst, the best in the game. You can find his work over at SpotTrack.com. You can also check out that SpotTrack podcast, multiple episodes a week, presented by our partners at Better Edge. Thanks so much, Mike. Appreciate you. Coming up next, we want to hear from you. Hit us up on the iHeartRadio Talkback. Enter the Rage Cage. People are all fired up about noodles today on National Noodle Day. Your opinions on Mike McDaniel and how squirrely he sounds in his press conferences. The Jags win a big one on Monday Night Football. Plenty to get to, and we'll do all of that when we come back.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Hey, you know what quarterbacks love? They love when they have multiple options. And right now, home buyers have multiple options, and they've had more options than they've had in months, quite frankly. And especially if you're dealing with the Nickley Group, Orlando's #1 real estate team. Interest rates are back in the mid sixes. That's the lowest they've been in over a year. Lower rates mean lower monthly payments. We're talking hundreds of dollars in savings every single month. There's also more inventory on the market than we've seen in quite some time. More homes, more options, more chances to find your dream home in Central Florida. Need help with closing costs? The Nickley Group has your back there as well. You can walk away keeping more cash in your pocket. Download their free buyer's guide at thenickley.group.com. That's thenickley.group.com. The guide is packed with info to help you move smart. If you want to buy or sell quickly, just call Nickley.
Honest, trustworthy, out for your best interest. Not things often said about roofing companies, but do yourself a favor and spend a moment researching Eustace Roofing. You'll find that those thoughts and those reviews are said all over the place. That's how they've been able to serve the Central Florida community the way that they have over the past 60 years. And this Halloween, get ready for the scary good deals, a spectacular savings event with Eustace Roofing, $1,500 off of your roof replacement. Go ahead and find them online. Give them a call. Tell them that Brandon Kravitz sent you by. Eustace Roofing isn't just local. They're all over Orlando and Central Florida. It's a small town service serving all of Orlando. Visit them online, eustaceroofing.com.
Traffic starting to get by now on Altamont Drive eastbound past Lake Pleasant Road. Emergency crews have moved that accident into the left lane on Florida's Turnpike. Traffic slowing down southbound before Clay Whaley Road due to an accident off to the shoulder there. On the major roadways, you're going to start running into some familiar delays starting to pile up this afternoon. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Prime Big Deal Days. Looking for a kitchen upgrade? Prime Big Deal Days are coming. But even if that's not on your list, there will be deals on all kinds of must-haves. Up to 40% off. Shop Prime Big Deal Days on October 7th and 8th.
When it comes to buying or selling a home, you need more than just a sign in the yard. You need a pro who knows the market, knows the process, and knows how to fight for you. That's why I lean on Kevin Krager. Kevin doesn't just unlock doors. He brings a deep knowledge of market trends, the latest home buyer programs, and cutting-edge real estate technology. But what truly sets him apart is Kevin's background in construction. He knows what to look for so that you don't end up in a money pit. From foundations to roof lines, he's focused on protecting your investment every step of the way. And it doesn't stop when you sign on the dotted line. Even after closing, Kevin has the resources to help with repairs or upgrades that you may want, all at cost to his clients. I've seen firsthand how Kevin Krager works, how responsive and honest he is. The bottom line is he gets results. Whether you're upgrading, downsizing, or making that first big move, he's going to guide you every step of the way. Call Kevin Krager today. Your future home will thank you.
If you're in a slip and fall accident, time is not on your side. Stores have video footage that's crucial evidence in your case. You've got to act quickly. Call Farah and Farah so we can preserve it before it disappears.
Orlando. You worked hard for your 401k, but if you've left your job, your money might be sitting in the wrong hands. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and it's very possible that the 401k that you have had for years has hidden fees and limited investment choices. But if you're no longer with the company, that 401k may be at the mercy of your former employer. All of these things could be costing you thousands. Rolling over your 401k into an IRA can provide better investment options that align with your long-term goals. At Trajan Wealth, we're fiduciary advisors that are held to a higher standard with no hidden agenda and no hidden fees. Don't let your retirement dollars sit in an old plan, and don't roll it over to your new plan without consulting Trajan Wealth first. Call Trajan Wealth today at 407-213-0000, 407-213-0000.
Advisory services are offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor.
Miss us while we're gone? Download the Game On podcast on iHeartRadio and take us with you wherever and whenever you want. It's all of Bianchi and I's wildest takes on demand on the daily. And while you're at it, make us your number one preset as well. Just search Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz, the state of Florida's premier sports talk radio show. Now back to these ads.
QVC, shopping that surprises and delights. Today only, QVC is partnered with iHeartRadio for today's special value. 'Tis the season for great beauty deals when you're looking ahead, maybe some good gift giving. The Laura Geller 5-piece gift of gold full face collection. The lowest price you're going to find on this today. A QVC iHeartRadio exclusive offer. Shop now at QVC.com/TSV.
Follow the game on Facebook at 96.9 The Game. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
You know what I love about pro football in Florida? We've got 3 teams, 3 sets of stars, and with Prize Picks, 3 ways to win. You see, Prize Picks is daily fantasy made simple. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and cash in if you're right. If you think Trevor Lawrence or Baker Mayfield's going to throw for more than their yardage projections, or maybe you think Tua is going to throw for less than his touchdown pass projection, lock it in. At Prize Picks, you can actually turn your insights into income. And Prize Picks also invented Flex Play, which means you can still double your money even if you miss a pick. And with their injury reboot policy, you're not penalized if your player leaves the game early. Love it. I don't just watch Florida football, I play it with Prize Picks. Download the app today. Use my code Bulldog to get $50 in lineups after your first $5 lineup. That's code Bulldog to get $50 in lineups after your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Mike, what? I hate to say I told you so. I really do. It brings me no joy.
Yeah.
Oh, my kidding. It brings me so much joy. After you victory lapped around this entire damn building after FSU beat Alabama, and I said, hey, listen, what if we just wait a second? What if we just wait until September's over before we go crowning them national champions or even placing them in the top 10? It was ridiculous.
First of all, if they beat Miami Saturday, all right, that loss this past Saturday will mean nothing, or this past Friday night will mean nothing. If they beat Miami Saturday, all's forgotten. Doesn't matter.
Listen to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz weekdays starting at 3 p.m. on FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on the iHeartRadio app. Number 1 on your car radio preset and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. WYGM Orlando, WJRR, HD2, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Free never sounded so good. Welcome back to the premier afternoon sports show in the state of Florida. Game On with Mike Bianchi and Brandon Kravitz.
Got a knock at the door today. It was Burn Pest Control stopping by to make sure that all was good with my termite prevention. Got to make sure you keep your home protected from the bugs all year long. Give Burn Pest a call. Tell them that Brandon Kravitz and Mike Bianchi sent you by. Get 10% off your initial service. That's burnpest.com. Mike, we touched on this with Mike Giannetti from Spot Track. The lame decision 2.0 from LeBron James. You kind of figured that it might be something promotional.
It's pathetic is what it is. Call it what it is, Kravitz. It's pathetic. He made it sound like there was going to be some big announcement, and the big announcement is what he's endorsing some Hennessy brandy. Is that what it is? Some new brandy?
Okay, but it's Hennessy is an established cognac brand, but
brandy, cognac, same thing.
We, as a collective, I think that we like to rip LeBron a little bit more than the average athlete. It seems like we, as a collective, are more sensitive to when he does things that piss us off for some reason, because he's lived on the edge of polarization. Right. Tom Brady did the exact same thing that LeBron James did. He teased some comeback, and then it turned out to be a Hulu ad.
Well, that's pathetic too.
And that was a couple of years ago now, but he did the same thing. And so,
well, in retrospect, Tom Brady's pathetic.
Well, but were you saying it at the time? I'm just trying to stay consistent.
I don't remember that. I don't remember talking about it at the time. And quite frankly, I wouldn't have talked about this until you brought it up with Mike Giannetti.
The problem is it's such
because yesterday you were like, ooh, remember you told me LeBron's making a big announcement tomorrow. This is going to be where he
So
announces his farewell tour.
This is, let's layer in some proper
Fell
context
for
here,
it.
Mike.
Hook, line, and sinker.
This was before the show, and I am a sponge at that point. I'm just mopping up whatever I see in front of me to see if we need to bring that onto the show. That was a Football Monday.
Thank God we didn't.
And
Thank God we didn't bring it on the show, or we'd be idiots too.
Because I think in the recesses of our minds, we kind of knew that it was going to be tomfoolery, which it was. I think that's why we didn't bring it up. If we actually thought he was going to come out and say, this is my farewell song, my farewell tour, my swan song, I think we would have talked about it. But I think both of us were skeptical in the back of our minds, didn't believe it, and chose not to run with it because we are credible, established broadcasters. That fair?
Somebody just texted in about this spring football league, and I mentioned John Gruden as a possible coach that would create some buzz. And you said, it wouldn't be like Spurrier. And I didn't say it would be like Spurrier. I just said that if you're looking for a coach that's going to create some buzz in the state of Florida, John Gruden, who lives over in Tampa, who's good friends with the major investor of the UFL. Somebody texted in, John Gruden couldn't even hold Steve Spurrier's coattails. One is a legend. The other is a fraud who got the keys to Tony Dungy's Cadillac and took credit for turning the keys on and driving to a Super Bowl championship. That's from Baldwin Park Chad. I agree with everything he said. Everything he said. But that doesn't nullify the fact that John Gruden would create a lot of buzz if he were named the head coach of the Orlando Storm.
I do think it would be buzzy. Jaden Grimes, our prodigy of production, said to me during the commercial break that I'm way off on my John Gruden take. Jaden, if you want to pop on and explain yourself, he's part of a younger generation that perhaps your folk are into John Gruden right now.
Yeah, ever since he joined Barstool, the content he put on social media is amazing. And I feel like he has people in my age range just locked in on his content. Because I love it. I love waking up and seeing him go, it's nicey. Like, I love it.
Okay, but see, this is where appealing to, I'm going to really sound like a boomer here, appealing to the younger generation is good for social media. It's not for bringing butts to seats at a stadium. All it's going to do
about that. I don't know about
that. It's just going to make the guys like Jaden Grimes roll over in their bed and go, that's funny, and then go back to sleep. They're not going to go to spring football games because John Gruden's the coach.
I disagree. That's the arena football back in its heyday. That's what arena football was built on. Now, that was back in the days before social media, but it was built on the younger party boy demographic. And that's what Barstool Sports caters to. John Gruden is all over Barstool Sports now. As much as I don't like Barstool Sports.
Yeah, but if that's not what the UFL is about, then that's not going to become part of the brand. And I don't think the UFL wants to promote themselves as the party boy brand.
No, but they want to promote themselves as, hey, come out and have a good time at our games. So yeah, I don't know about party boy, but yeah, they want to promote themselves as an outlet to everybody. But it's every sports league wants a younger demographic. That's why baseball is dying, because they can't get the younger demographic.
Well, I don't think baseball is dying. I think that's overstated.
I did overstate it, but it's what baseball longs for. Is a younger demographic.
Maybe they should hire John Gruden. He's so hip.
Maybe. Yeah.
Somebody said, why are they trying to bring back spring football? It doesn't work. It's been tried many times. It doesn't work. It will never work, is what this person says. I think it can work, but the people in this town certainly will be skeptical because it hasn't worked so often.
It did work. It did work. The Orlando Apollos were working before the league went under. It was working.
That's like driving a car off the lot going, see, it's working while you're sitting at the mechanic.
The Orlando Renegades drew 30,000, 35,000 fans back in the day. It worked.
Bet it or
the league folded.
Bet it or forget it works, and we're going to get to that 60 seconds away. Let's kick it over to Fox Sports Radio.